unique killings in which 140 liters of fake blood was used. It's likely to be the most visceral experience you will have in a theatre this year. Even when you're resisting kill, it overpowers you. A film called Kill in which many people die. The idea is so blunt that it feels almost banal. And yet, writer-director Nikhil Nagesh Bhat delivers a ride so raw, gut-wrenching and thrilling that you don't even notice when you stop breathing. Honest confession, I haven't seen all of Kill. I'm an absolute wuss when it comes to violence on screen. So when the mayhem got too much, I just shut my eyes. But my ears registered every sound of bones breaking, flesh splitting, blood gushing. Even when you're resisting kill, it overpowers you. Before stepping into the theatre, you should know that kill belongs to a genre loosely labelled extreme violence. Nikhil and his action directors, the brilliant Se-Yong-Oh and Parvez Sheikh, aren't tiptoeing around the act of killing. There are, according to co-producer Guneet Monga, 42 unique killings in which 140 liters of fake blood was used. The film is almost entirely set on a train and much of it is savage close quarters combat. In one scene, a man's head is battered to the consistency of porridge with a fire extinguisher. In another, a man's head is set on fire. So he's just running around like this human torch. It gets so gruesome that the villain of the piece, Funny, a psychotic dacoit played brilliantly by Raghav Juyal, asks, "Aisa kaun marta hai be?" But none of this should stop you from seeing the film, because it's likely to be the most visceral experience you will have in a theatre this year. Nikhil doesn't waste any time. Within the first few minutes, we're on the train with the two commandos. Amrit, played by Lakshya, and his bestie Viresh, played by Abhishek Chauhan. Their mission is Amrit's girlfriend Tulika, played by Tanya Maniktala. Her father, a wealthy and powerful head of a transport empire, named, and this is important, Thakur Baldev Singh, has forced her into getting engaged and they're now heading back home. 40-odd dacoits board the train, hoping for another night of routine robbery. They're in fact just looking to get off at the next station, but they've never encountered killing machines like Amrit and Viresh. The setup might bring to mind other films set on trains, such as Bong Joon-ho's dystopian sci-fi Snowpiercer. Se-Yong-Oh was also part of that action team, or Yeon Sang-ho's brilliant zombie thriller Train to Busan. But Kill is firmly rooted in the Desi train experience. You know, those tiny bathrooms, the two-tier berths, the way in which that confined space automatically brings a sense of camaraderie, and that constant rhythmic shaking. In another film, that might have lulled characters to sleep. Ironically, the first weapons used in the film are guns fired at Tulika's engagement. It's a show of power. When Amrit suggests that they run away, she replies that those same guns will be used to kill them. Hierarchy and violence is just baked into the landscape. A more insecure director might have relied on this love story to provide relief. But Nikhil gives us only enough so that we understand Amrit's motivation and his rage. The main course is the furious and frenzied action. People die in unique and inventive ways. One has a knife thrust into his eye. Another has a cleaver sink into his head. The blood flows just a fraction of a second later so you can see the shock in his eyes. It's relentless but artful and choreographed for maximum impact. What's important is that Nikhil doesn't make Amrit into a superhero. He's a commando and he gets to show his impressive physique in a shirtless scene, but he also breaks and bleeds and cries. What's even more impressive is that into this heart-stopping tension, Nikhil introduces flashes of humor. There's this line about mohabbatein that just made me laugh out loud. He also layers in questions of class, caste, politics. So much so that at several points in the film, I found myself sympathizing with the dacoits. And this is what makes Kill so potent, that the line between the good guys and the bad guys is malleable. Amrit's capacity to kill, his ability to hurt people is expansive and it's frightening. There isn't that much, the film suggests, that separates heroes from villains. This weaving of action and sentiment and ideas would have fallen flat without the strong performances of Lakshya and Raghav. Lakshya makes the action convincing, but he also makes the emotions land. He's charismatic, but also chilling. and so is Raghav as funny. This is a man who kills with impunity, and yet the writing and Raghav's performance locates his humanity. Funny is deadly, but he has daddy issues and he cares for his family, which makes him sinister and somehow also relatable. This carefully calibrated weaving of death and life makes Kill soar. Even if, like me, you're scared, go in, because this is a ride worth taking. You can see Kill at a theatre near you.